Hi everybody, my name's Lyn O'Donnell. I'm also known as the Mindful Delinquent. As well as being a bit delinquent, I'm a qualified, accredited professional mindfulness teacher, mindfulness-based stress reduction and the cognitive therapy element of it as well. I also train with Breathworks, which is Mala Birch, which is fantastic for chronic pain, and also I'm in the lineage of Tara Brach and Jonathan Faust from the Insight Meditation Center in Washington. I did a professional training with teacher training with Tara as well. So I come to this practice from my own personal need. I mean, I never seriously, this wasn't what I thought I'd end up doing, but I got very ill and also very depressed, and this mindfulness without question has changed my life. And yet strangely I'm still reluctant, but crucially I do it anyway. So, and I think it's okay to be like that, you know. Yeah, so that's where I come from with this whole thing. I'm doing a workshop at the Shelley Theatre in Bournemouth on the 15th of December, and it's called, I've got to be careful here, Oh Crackers, It's Christmas, as opposed to the other thing I've kind of wanted to call it, and you'll see two different descriptions. Anyway, so it's basically a 2-hour mindfulness workshop so that we can get skilled up on how to survive the Christmas season. Christmas provides challenge. I'll get rid of this thing now for a start. That's what I think of the whole thing, Christmas. Anyway, Christmas can be challenging. We get very busy. There's 1,000 things to do, get revved up. I mean, God knows we're all pretty revved up anyway, and speedy in a state of continual doing and thinking. Then there's the challenge of them, the relatives or whatever, the people that we maybe only see at Christmas times or whatever, the family. And there's an expression in mindfulness circles, which is, if you think you're enlightened, just go home for the holidays, yeah? So, because that's where our triggers are, all our childhood wounds, you know, just very raw. Okay, so the workshop's going to cover the body scan, a lying down, sweet bliss meditation. Oh my goodness, how wonderful is that? We can learn skillful means to find refuge, and the lying meditation is a great way to start, and frankly, it's a great way to meditate anyway. The very action, the doing of lying down, tells the body and the mind we are in a not doing state. It's time to rest. So I think it's a fantastic way to meditate. I personally do it every single day. And you know, and I'm the mindful delinquent, you know, it provides great relief and comfort. So we're going to do that. So the benefit will be, you know, during this busy time, and in fact any time, you're going to be able to have the skills within a 20-minute period to completely recharge. If you imagine, it's a bit like charging up your mobile. Now, Mala Birch, who's the founder of Breathworks, an amazing woman, I said one of her trainings, her speciality is chronic pain, and she always says that it's like having 2 days worth of energy in one. So she always recommends doing a body scan about midday, and it's like getting 2 days worth of energy. She has her own physical health challenges just like I do. I would absolutely concur with that. I could not be doing what I'm doing now without that. So that will give you this amazing skillful tool that you can use Christmas time or whenever, but it's certainly nice to have that little place of refuge to go to when they're here. So the next thing is how we communicate with ourselves, and how we can, this is the cognitive therapy element of it, actually challenge our thoughts and beliefs where if there's any challenges that may well come up over Christmas with family and what have you, difficult people. So it's that kind of self-care element and self-talk, which is the cognitive element, is a part of, not the only part, but it is an element and a very useful element of mindfulness practice, as is labeling. That's a cognitive thing. We label with words, so we're naming what's here. We're not trying to pull away and pretend that we're in a state of constant bliss. So the next thing we can learn is what in mindfulness is called, the tradition is called wise speech. I draw on the teachings or the model of non-violent communication, which was developed by a gentleman called Marshall Rosenberg. Let me get his name right. Fantastic, elegant way that we can re-educate ourselves into how to communicate with others. And of course, communication means listening. So we will do some scenarios on that, likely scenarios that you guys might tell me what might be difficult and what might come up, and those skills, we can absolutely totally change the family dynamics and the difficulties that we can face when we get together with people over the Christmas period. You will use an example that I have about 1,000 years ago when I was married, and I had a mother-in-law that came to stay for Christmas, and I will tell you about the time when I weaponized Delia Smith's chestnut and apple stuffing because she'd asked me, she'd said, where's the Paxo? So, oh God, I was a bit of a cow actually, and hopefully I've grown since then. Mind you, she wasn't totally, you know, we were both weaponizing a little bit, you know, and that's the sort of stuff that comes up at Christmas, isn't it? Anyway, it's a funny story, I'll tell you about that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is go into this beautiful practice to finish up a compassion, what's called compassion, kindness meditation. It's a way that we can hold our own flawed humanity. It's a heart-opening meditation to hold and forgive our own triggers. We might not be coping very well or whatever. We hold that in this thing called loving kindness, and then we can extend it out as well. So it really is a very beautiful practice to open the heart for ourselves and to others, and hopefully cultivate some compassion. And that can be really hard, can't it? Especially with family, and especially when we're with, as Eckhart Tolle would call it, unconscious humans. Okay, that's why this non-violent communication and wise speech is so useful. You know, you can have it down, you know, but if you come from a kind of a toxic, very unconscious, very blaming, very shaming background, you know, that's a challenge. So we can look at ways that we can skillfully navigate through that. Yeah, so all in all then, a better Christmas all round, but these are of course skills that we can take out throughout the whole year. So look, I hope you join me. Have a look at the link. The tickets are available through the Shelley Theatre. I've got a Facebook page called The Mindful Delinquent, and I think a really fabulous website called The Mindful Delinquent, which is really funny. It'll tell you what I'm all about. Thank you for checking this out, and hope to see you next week, next Saturday, the 15th. Okay, bye. This for a start. Amazing teachers that seem to sort of live in presence. There's a few of them knocking around, not many, and I'm certainly not one of them. Okay, oh my God, it's 10 freaking minutes. That's no good. Oh dear.